This is David Lobo again from Deejay Coconut Breeding Farm. This time I want to talk to you about the importance of water for the coconut palm. Do remember that the coconut palm has evolved on the tropical beaches of the world. Do remember that every beach in the world gets the rising and the ebbing and the rising of the tides, and the tree gets water every day so many hours apart, and the tide goes down. This enables a tree to pick up all the various nutrition it needs, because the seawater carries with it all types of molecules, chemicals, minerals, fertilizers as well. So the palms on the beach tend to give better production. We realize water is very important, and the tree itself, having a copious supply, has evolved not to save the water, to release it, and transpiration losses are very high. It's a loss when you don't have enough water. When there's plenty of water, there's no problem. So, giving enough water to the coconut palm is very important. Water serves as transportation for all the nutrition in the palm, for moving the sugars and all the micro, macro, major nutrients to every part of the palm, for producing the carbohydrates, the sugars, the oils. All this is going on simultaneously. Now, if there is too little water, what happens? The first signs of that will be buttons dropping. And this is what we see, especially in the summer months, and especially we think it's more due to global warming. So that's the first sign, buttons drop. But suppose water deprivation continues longer, then you'll start seeing the lower leaves drop, and the shape of the tree becomes a V. And if the water shortage continues, the tree will ultimately die. First time in my life I'm seeing toothpicks sticking up all over southern India because of the very severe drought and water shortage conditions. What happens if there's too much water? If there's too much water, there's water logging. The coconut tree has evolved never to face such a situation because the tide goes down. We should not make it face that situation by flooding the gardens. Many places they have plenty of water and they flood the gardens and think that is great. That's not. You create a deprivation of oxygen. The roots need to breathe. The sand is an ideal place where they get oxygen continuously, except when the tide is up. And the tree manages perfectly. When there's water logging, the roots are denied of oxygen, not for 3 or 6 hours, but sometimes for 3 days and more. And that will kill your tree finally. Water logging does more damage than people realize because it takes away all the nutrition as well. By putting too much of water, the extra water going beyond the feeder root levels in the tree go past the stage of opportunity for the tree. All that's outside, and they leach away and go into the underground water sources. So too much of water is bad, too little water is bad. How do we manage this? Fertigation. That's the answer for giving the right amount of nutrition and the right amount of water, because fertigated systems tell you when to re-water. In fact, automatically they switch on the system. However, for those using manual fertigation, there's a simple way to do it. Scratch the surface of the soil. Let it dry. And when you scratch down 2 inches and start seeing the moisture again, that's when you need to re-water the palm. So do not water continuously, keeping the top of the plant wet and soaking. You are going to cause waterlogging. So check and rewater. Thank you. Wishing you all the best.